Hello, welcome back to this channel. If you are new here, I welcome you. I am Virginie, interior designer, and I deal with houses that represent 100% who has to live them, from consulting to the entire renovation process. I also help foreigners who want to buy and renovate in Italy to support them all the process long, difficult otherwise to follow from a distance. In this channel, I will talk about home and renovation, trying to give you helpful tips so that you can have your dream house, a house that represents you in depth and where you will always feel at your ease. High ceiling, long and narrow room. In today's video, I will give you some examples to be able to change the perception of environments simply by using colors. But before we get started, if you love everything related to the topic of home and renovation, remember to subscribe to my channel for more information on this subject. Don't forget to click the like button because it's the best way to support this channel and my content. I will really appreciate it. Visual perceptions has a strong impact on our brains. A room will seem smaller if it is empty compared to a furnished one. This is because the furnishings delimit spaces, but above all they are, for us, measuring matters. If we see, for example, that on a wall there is a double bed with 2 nightstands and still there is free wall, we know with certainty that that wall will be longer than 2.5 meters, even 3. The bed is in fact 1,60 wide, the 2 nightstands will be at least 40 centimeters, so making the calculation we are surely over 2.5 meters. Today I want to give you some little tricks on how to create different visual effects by simply using color on walls and ceilings. For example, to lower a room, it will be enough to paint the ceiling a darker color because this will optically lower and therefore give the impression of a lower room. On the contrary, to raise a room, you should keep the ceiling light and paint the walls in a darker color. In corridors, which are often long and narrow, to give the impression of a greater breathing space, it will be useful to color the ceiling and the back wall with a darker color. This will give the impression of a wider corridor. If, on the other hand, you need to narrow a room that is wide, keep the ceiling and back wall light and color the 2 walls darker. If you need to shrink a very long room, you only need to color the back wall with a darker color because visually it will bring the wall closer to you. Furthermore, to compress a room, it will be enough to paint both walls and ceiling with the dark color. On the contrary, to enlarge, everything will have to be clear. Finally, you can paint everything dark and leave only the back wall light, in the contrast to the rest. In this case, the wall will give a lot of prominence to whatever element you put in front of it. Depending on how the walls are colored, the rooms will change and appear more or less deep, wide, high or low. Knowing how to play with visual effects can be useful to improve an environment without masonry works that perhaps, because of a load-bearing wall, can even not be done. If you want to transform home environments, the correct use of color is a fast and, above all, changeable solution. If you still have doubts about how to do it, you can call me. You can find my contacts in the description box below. If you loved the video, let me know it with a thumb up, and if you haven't done it yet, remember to subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification bell so you will not miss the next videos. See you soon. Bye bye!